All right, we're going to resume our meeting. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I can stand up.
Good. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
David Jones twice?
All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which includes approval of minutes of the December 15th and 17th, 2025 meetings, approval of bills and claims. There were no licenses and permits. There were appointments to committees, commissions, and boards as presented. Is there any questions? And if not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to approve by Laverne, second by Jason. Roll call vote, please.
Seaman?
Yes.
Dirks?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Bauer?
Yes.
Atherton?
Yes.
Coster?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Very good. Are there any oral requests from the audience this evening? Members of the public that wish to address the council for items that are not on the agenda this evening? All right, seeing none, we will move on to page 2. There are no ordinances, so we'll go on to resolutions. The first resolution is Region 12 Home Construction and Rehabilitation Agreement. And Aaron?
Thank you, Mayor. This is a request from Region 12, and Rick Hunziker is from Region 12. He is in the audience if you have any questions for him, but this is an extension of the program that we started 2 years ago. We're not allocating any more funds than we've already allocated to the project. We are allowing this extension because we had hopes of doing 10 houses. We didn't reach that number, so we're hoping to get to that number of houses over the next few years, to add those, more of a workforce housing, workforce house available in the market.
So we're just carrying forward the remaining 8?
Correct.
Is there a plan in place to get this thing rolling more strongly than it is? Or-
Well, if we have more houses come available that can fit the right criteria, yes. It's not so much that we haven't, or I shouldn't say Region 12 has been working diligently to do it. It's just trying to find the right house that meets the criteria for them to do it.
And then is there a modification that we can make in this to make this easier for them to use it?
It's pretty easy anyway. All they do is submit a purchase agreement to us, and we reimburse them for the $30,000. So it's not a difficult process for them at all. It's their process.
Is there anything that we can do to move this thing forward more?
No. The only thing that occurred to me was realtors that, I mean, might run across some people if we encourage them in some way, or maybe just mention to them about this program. If that would, you could come on up, sure, Rick.
It's, so when we do a house, you know, the agreement says we'll put at least 100,000 in, and we usually blow way past that, because we'll do roof, siding, windows, plumbing, electrical, some of the redesign on the inside. And we've got one in process right now, recently in the news, being hit by a car, and another that has been sold already. The sweet spot is finding a house that's gonna be cheap enough for us to acquire, put that amount of money in it, hopefully try to, it's probably gonna have to sell in the $170,000 to $200,000 range, only because with down payment assistance, if somebody is 80% of low amount income and some of the other programs where we can leverage some funds, so it works really well to layer the money, we've gotta sell it to somebody that's 80%. And if you're a 4-person household, if you're 80%, you're not gonna really be able to afford a mortgage above $180,000, $190,000. So it's finding the houses in the sweet spot. Ones that may work well would be like 657A properties, but you don't have as many of those here. Good news for you, of course, you have a very vibrant market, so you have people that are purchasing homes and rehabilitating them to put them back on the market. We're trying to find those that we can save from being taken out of the market completely, because the amount that we put in, if we put in 150 to 2, 2.25, you're not going to be able to build a house for that, and we'll be able to save a housing unit. So that's the thing. We just have to find a sweet spot to have houses, and they don't come up all that often in Carroll.
I just wanna make sure, with us only using 20% of it, that we were doing everything in our power to get, I mean, the money's sitting there, so
Yeah.
if there's anything that we can do, please let us know so that we can get this program, you know what I mean?
Do you have local contractors then that you're contracting with, or do you just bid every job as they come up? How does
Yeah,
that
we'll
go?
go, and it may not be a formal bid, because we'll get quotes from contractors, and a lot of contractors are busy, but we do go out and seek competition,
Okay.
between local contractors.
Okay.
Rick, quick question on new construction. You guys have done new construction in other communities.
We have,
What has been the one roadblock for you doing new construction in Carroll?
the first would be that our contract is only for rehab. Second would be, probably just the cost of the lot. And then, I mean, we'd have to, your market is fairly vibrant. I mean, we could consider that, but I wanna talk about it and think about where we could go with that. But it's, I mean, the lot cost is a lot. So communities where we're building, understandably, their house sale value is not gonna be what it is here. I mean, they will provide us lots and cash and other things in order to be able to make a cash flow.
So what if we would change this or add in there to encourage new construction?
Well, I think when we originally did this, you did not, I believe you did not want there to really be any competition with private development that was already happening, and the target was these houses that really needed significant investment in order to bring them back and redo them. That's kind of how I remember our conversation being, so, I mean, that's up to you. If you wanted to change that, I'd be amenable to it, but I'm also okay with the way it is now.
I mean, if you're doing new construction, what's the dollar amount that you're trying to sell these for?
Well,
So like Dedham, you're doing two in
as
Dedham
much
right
as
now.
I can. But the two in Dedham, I don't know what those are gonna appraise out at. I think we have them at 290, which is about what we have in them. And those lots were donated, but those were stick-built houses. Of course, we don't have a crew, so we're hiring contractors to go do it. So there is profit in those houses, it's just, it's in the hands of the local contractors, which is fine. We're able to maybe leverage a couple programs to try to make that work. Other places, if we can move in a Homes for Iowa house, that can be an affordable way for us to do it, but those houses still are gonna get us into 250, 260 is probably where we're gonna be at in Schleswig, which is, we have two houses going on there right now. So, and that's, I don't have to make money. It'd be nice to get back what we can, but it depends on what else we can leverage, because we can do workforce housing tax credits with those if we put an application together. The rehab houses, we have the state of Iowa has a program with Habitat for Humanity, and we've got people that need to go do that. We've also had a couple of other programs that we can nose into, but those are few and far between.
With our vibrant market, you're good where you're at right now?
Yeah, I'm good where we're at. You know, market's slow. I think probably, it's not, it's maybe gonna level off a little bit. I guess we'll see what this year brings. Interest rates have been a little bit better. They might get slightly better, and that's probably maybe where they're gonna sit for a while. So, I think we'll all know in a few more months how the housing market looks. So, but I think it's pretty slow right now.
Thank you. Go ahead. Open up. Anything else, Warren? Sorry. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
If there's any more discussion, I'd look for a motion to approve the resolution to approve amendment number 1 to the home construction rehab agreement, HF 2401 with Region 12.
So moved.
Second?
Jason, Jeff seconded.
Thanks for coming in too, Rick.
Roll call, please.
Taylor,
Yes.
Bauer,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
Dirk,
Yes.
Atherton,
Yes.
Coster.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
All right. Next is general obligation capital loan notes, series 2026 reimbursement resolution and vote.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. At our November council meeting, council did award some construction contracts for our water system pressure zone improvement project that's coming up. Partial funding for this project is debt issuance that we're gonna plan on doing sometime in 2026. We don't have all the details yet finalized with that debt issuance, but there are a number of projects that will be tied up in that debt issuance. With that proposed funding of debt issuance and that we're likely going to be spending some construction dollars or paying for some construction costs, that we're going to want to use debt proceeds to actually cover those costs, we are asking council to enter into this reimbursement resolution to legally cover us, that we can reimburse these construction costs with a debt issuance. So basically, that's what all that memo says, is to put this resolution into place so that we can repay ourselves with the debt issuance to be done. The debt issuance will be done later this year,
Fiscal year or calendar year?
calendar year.
So we'll have a discussion on the other ones that may be added.
The other items that we're planning on for sure is the digester at the wastewater treatment plant,
Okay.
the fire truck,
12th Street?
12th Street, partial funding for 12th Street, and potentially, depending on another discussion item tonight, the traffic signals. Which we'll be talking about that project here in a little bit on the council
Okay.
agenda. So that one may be added in as well.
Okay.
So we would need a motion to,
Yes, approve this reimbursement resolution, yes.
I would move that we approve that resolution.
thank Jeff,
Second.
and Jason seconded. Roll call, please.
Bauer,
Yes.
Atherton,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
Dirks,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Coster.
Yes.
Resolution is approved, thank you.
All right, we'll move on to Clark Street reconstruction, STBG funding application, and Randy.
Thank you, Mayor. An application has been prepared for STBG program for the reconstruction of Clark Street from about St. Anthony Hospital, just south of the hospital, to US 30. Of course, the reconstruction will envisioned to be similar to the other reconstruction projects. We've had pavement, sewer, water, storm sewer, sidewalk, all included in that reconstruction. I've included the cost, or the currently estimated costs, in your memorandum. Total project estimate at this point is $5,625,000. The federal aid application is for $1 million, and it is for the federal fiscal year 2030. Your current capital improvement program does include a street reconstruction project in 2030, and pending the approval of this application, this project would be substituted and added to the capital improvement program. These applications are due January 30th, and unless there are any questions, I'd recommend your consideration of passage of the resolution committing funds for the construction and assuring the operation and maintenance of the Clark Street reconstruction project.
Randy, how soon would we find out if we are awarded this grant or not?
It'll probably be May.
Is it possible, is either a yes or no, or will they come back and say, well, we'll give you 650, or
It can go that way,
what's been
depending
our
on the
history?
funding. We have been fortunate to get the funding we've requested. In fact, in the 12th Street project, we'd requested 900,000, and as the project came up, we amended that to $1 million, and we were granted that.
Is Clark Street gonna be a full depth
Yes,
we've been doing?
yes. That's the proposal for the application.
What makes it eligible? I read in the memo that certain projects are eligible, some are not. What are some of the criteria?
First of all, there's a network of federal aid eligible streets in town. And that's set up by the federal government, sets the percentage of mileage that you can have as minor arterial streets or collector streets. And then we sit down with the DOT representatives and decide jointly which streets would be our minor arterials and our collectors. And they're primarily the highest use streets, obviously. The service streets feed to them. They're the main streets in town. But it's limited, mileage is limited by the federal government to a percentage of your total mileage.
And I know we plan major projects every so many years and such. And if I remember correctly, you used to have a list of these are our top contenders for needing repairs and so forth and so on. Do you still keep some kind of list like that?
We do, it's really on kind of on an annual basis. Because we look at the roads every year, and try to determine what's most in need. Then, of course, there would be two lists. One would be the federal aid, which would be eligible for this funding, and then the streets that can only be funded locally. That's,
you.
yep.
And Randy, the 1,115 feet south of Bluff Street, that goes clear past the hospital then?
It does. It goes down to just north of their south parking lot entrance off of Clark Street.
North of their south parking,
Yeah.
okay.
The,
Seems like that would go further, that's a quarter of a mile, but.
it's 1,115 feet south of Bluff Street.
Okay.
So it's down there around the corner. From there south on Clark Street, that was paved in 1981. So it's relatively new paving. But it's definitely a different era of paving than what's in this application.
And this new construction's gonna be concrete as well?
Likely, that would be the recommendation, yes.
And I saw your pictures showing the damage and such, but what about the block north of Highway 30? Seems like that would be a heavily traveled block, is it fine, or?
It's better than south. Actually, you're right, the block north of Highway 30 is also federal aid eligible. It could be later on if it shows, Clark Street south of the highway shows some real deterioration and wheel path deterioration. And that's because of the amount of traffic on it. You know, it currently has 3,100 vehicles per day on it, which is relatively high for the type of paving it is. North of Highway 30, there's a little bit less traffic. It didn't show prior to the overlay last year, or 2 years ago now, that wheel path damage. But if it does show up before 2030, then there's the possibility of amending that block into the project.
Have you had the cameras go through the sewer lines like you did here at Adams yet down there?
No, not yet. That'll all be part of the design analysis, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for Randy? I'd look for a motion to approve the resolution committing funds for construction, assuring operation and maintenance of the Clark Street reconstruction project, please.
So moved.
By Laverne,
Second.
Carolyn, roll call vote, please.
Atherton?
Yes.
Seaman?
Yes.
Bert?
Yes.
Bauer?
Yes.
Kaler?
Yes.
Coster?
Yes.
Resolution is approved.
All right, we'll move on to fiscal year 2026-27 budget schedule and council meeting dates for calendar year 26. And Laura.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a proposed schedule for working through our fiscal 27 budget proposal, which will be coming to you at our next council meeting. Our next council meeting is January 26th. And then a week after that, if this is workable for council schedule, is the next Monday, February 2nd, to hold our first budget work session, and then the second budget work session on that Wednesday on February 4th. And then continuing on, our first regular council meeting, February 9th we would do a third budget work session if needed that night, if there was any follow-up discussion needed. And then the rest of the process to walk through to finish up our fiscal 27 public hearing and adoptions would be all at regular council meetings. The big key thing is for council to let us know if February 2nd and 4th will work in your schedules. We would plan for 5:15 start time for the meetings if that works. And then along with that, in our memo, we have a couple of conflicts of council meetings in calendar year 2026. The second meeting in May conflicts with Memorial Day holiday, which city offices are closed on May 25th. So staff would propose moving that council meeting to May 26th. And then in December, we would request maybe to have just one council meeting instead of two in December with the holidays. Hustle and bustle that goes on. So looking for just one meeting in December on December 14th. So that resolution has been prepared for those recommendations if council is so inclined to approve.
Anybody all available for the, 2nd and 4th of February? Yeah,
Yes.
you're good? All right.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look for a motion first to approve the, budget schedule as presented.
What days was it, the second and the?
May, sorry, February 2nd and 4th. You wanna check it first?
I'll just zoom in.
That all right? Okay, that's all right with you, we'll go ahead and.
I would
look for
move
a
that.
motion. By Jeff. Is there a second?
Second.
Kyle?
Yep.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Seaman,
Yes.
Coster,
Yes.
Bauer,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Atherton, Dirks.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
All right, I'd also look for a motion to approve a resolution to change the May 25th council meeting to May 26th, 2026, and to change the December 26th meeting schedule by meeting only one time on December 24th, 26.
Or December 14th.
I'm sorry, excuse me, little Bucky, you caught that. Go, you deputy, either Christmas Eve.
Right.
I would move approval of that resolution.
All right, Jeff
Sorry.
and Jason seconded. Roll call, please.
Coster,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Dirks,
Yes.
Bauer,
Yes.
Atherton,
Yes.
Seaman.
Yes.
Resolution's approved.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to reports, the US 30 Traffic Signal System Master Plan. Randy.
Thank you, Mayor. Snyder and Associates has completed the US 30 Traffic Signal Master Plan. That plan involved a detailed signal inventory and a structural review of all the signals out on Highway 30. It does include some recommended inspection and maintenance procedures, as well as improvements and modifications. The plan actually broke down the improvements into short-term, mid-term, and long-term improvements, as well as cost estimates for those. Those improvements are summarized in your memorandum by intersection, and as you can see, there's some are fairly minor needs in the signal system. Some are major with replacement of the complete replacement of the signal recommended. In addition, of course, removal of the currently bagged signals at Adams Street and Court Street would be included in any improvement project. As the master plan does include short, mid, and long-term improvements, there is being prepared for your review an alternative to those staged improvements for a single bond issue and a single project to proceed with, the complete master plan upgrade. And that'll be presented along with the budget information and the other bonding proposals in the city. So at this time, I'd recommend your consideration of acceptance of the master plan and with, of course, a determination of the financing and implementation at the time of your budget review.
Randy, I think I know the answer to this already, but obviously these are fairly significant expenses, and it's all on Highway 30 and Highway 71 at that intersection. Does the state participate in any way, shape, or form in this, or is it all us?
The state themselves do not participate.
Oh,
in it.
surprise.
They just tell you how it's gonna be done.
Yeah, traffic signals, the position of the state is they're owned by the local jurisdictions, even though they're on state property.
Here's the good news, it looks like with the removal of those lights, we're saving anywhere from $750 to almost $1 million on this project.
As opposed to replacing them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, You know, I know that people, it was a really contentious thing, whether it's there, but I mean, now you're seeing the benefit where you're saving $750 to $1 million, right, I mean, off the break.
Brad, have you guys seen any significant, impact because of that?
No. Not as far as traffic accidents.
The one thing I would comment on is, I would prefer to do it more in a 1-year project just because of mobilization, stuff like that. We have it worked out in our budget, or I should say in the borrowing plan, working with PFM to do that. It can fit in, and so I would recommend when we get to it here in the future to approve it to go through as a 1-year issue.
That won't change our debt levy rate,
It's already worked in, or will be worked in, sorry.
so something's coming off.
It would be TIF.
Yeah, and that's the other side is
Yeah.
the majority of the costs are gonna be paid through the downtown urban renewal area anyway.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I would move approval, acceptance of this, traffic system master plan.
Second.
All right, so Jeff made the motion, Jason seconded, roll call please.
Got one question though.
Sure.
Were we gonna put in some flashing yellow pedestrian?
We talked about it.
We did talk about it, yes.
That's not in this.
It is not, no.
Where at?
Approaching Adams
Adams.
Street to allow people to.
Randy and I've had some conversations about that. There are some cautionary tale, I would say, to do that because it gives pedestrians a
False sense of security.
false sense of security. And so I would say at this point, we might want to continue to evaluate that and not do it, just so that we don't give people that false sense of security that if they walk and that button's flashing, they're okay.
The
Is there,
state of Iowa's, oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead,
No,
sorry.
the state of Iowa's a yield to pedestrian state anyway, correct?
Correct.
In a
So-
marked crosswalk, right?
Is it more crosswalks or is it just yield to pedestrians
Any crosswalk
and crosswalks?
that
Is there a
has
crosswalk
a
there?
sidewalk leading up to the curb and a sidewalk leading away from the curb, there's an implied crosswalk in it.
I've heard zero complaints about people complaining about not getting across.
Has there been any more discussion about the visibility? Because the visibility at that intersection is god awful. As you're going southbound, looking to the east, there are trees, bushes, a pillar, and a light pole.
We have not done that discussion at this point yet. We can certainly have
My
that
fear is
conversation.
that the first accident we have, they're gonna blame it on the lack of lights, when in fact, it's gonna be because people can't see oncoming traffic.
How many accidents do we normally have there in a 2-year period?
Zero.
We had more rear end accidents when the lights were there. I think when we
Yeah.
did the study after lights were removed.
There was like more accidents there.
When the lights were removed, we did, I brought the numbers back to Randy and they,
Yeah, I mean, so,
Yeah.
It's my understanding that once we shut those off for 3 months, was it? That we can't turn them back on ever. DOT won't let you?
Yeah, they would,
They would let you turn them back on.
yeah.
I mean, if somebody can bring us some type of statistical fact of those lights, you know, I mean, I don't think there's discussion of putting it back. I was just pointing at the fact that we saved.
Well, the one they really like is Court Street, especially the semis heading westbound.
Yeah.
They really like that. Not having-
Positive for a lot of reasons regarding the semis, especially the ones carrying animals.
Yeah, no.
So-
Yeah.
Okay, so there is, unless there's something else.
There's a motion
There
and a
is a
second.
motion and a second on the
Yes.
floor.
Yes.
All right, so let's have a roll call vote, please.
Seaman,
Yes.
Bauer,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Atherton,
Yes.
Dirks,
Yes.
Coster.
Yes.
Motion's approved.
All right, we'll move on to 2025 goal setting report. And,
No.
Aaron.
We got one.
You got-
That one
you-
Oh,
before.
sorry, you
Yeah.
guys scratched
Sorry.
off on it already. Tractor loader
You're getting ahead of
backhoe
yourself.
purchase, street division. Randy.
Thank you, Mayor. On August 21st of last year, we received bids for a tractor loader backhoe purchase, primarily for use in the street division. There were 5 bids from 4 companies. I've included those as well as a detail of those in your memorandum. One of the specification requirements was that the successful bidder had to demonstrate on site that they could satisfactorily pick up and carry the city's smaller snow blower. Two of the units attempted to do that and could not. Two of the bidders decided not to bring a unit to Carroll to attempt it. And as a result, the John Deere 410P bid by Murphy Tractor and Equipment was the only one that could lift and carry that snow blower. It's important, the reason it was put, that performance specification was written was that the city has two snow blowers, and the larger of the two is carried by a four-wheel drive tractor. And so we set up the smaller one to be carried by the tractor backhoe. So it's a redundancy in case either the four-wheel drive tractor or the larger snow blower go out of commission during a snowstorm. So it has established that backup capability for the emergency snow removal. We'd like to continue that. The tractor that's currently owned was being traded is also a John Deere, and it can lift and carry that snow blower also. So unless there are any questions, I'd recommend your consideration of the purchase of the tractor backhoe from Murphy Tractor at their bid price of $151,790.
I have a question, Randy. You're showing a trade-in value of $35,000 on our old unit. And there was some discussion about selling that to a different city.
No, that was
Is that a
our
different deal?
truck, a heavy-duty truck.
That's the truck, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Thank
Yep.
you.
I guess the two that didn't show up, was there a reason why they didn't show up?
No, they just said they decided not to.
Who were the two that didn't show up?
Well, Haley Equipment was one, and Titan did bring one of their units to town and try it, but not the other that they bid. That's entirely their business decision.
So far as we know, the only one that meets the spec is this Murphy Tractor Equipment Company.
Yes,
Randy, how many hours are on the 2010 that we're trading in?
about 6,000.
Is it basically the same tractor? I mean, this one is a John Deere that we're getting rid of. We're buying a John Deere, it's just a newer version.
Newer version.
Is there
Yes.
anything wrong with our current tractor?
Wrong with it?
Yeah.
There isn't anything, catastrophically wrong with it, no.
So again, we're just trading it in because it's old?
Yes.
You-
Not only old, but it's within, we've scheduled all the equipment for rotating it out. And we have learned that once a tractor like this gets to the age it is, we could be looking at, catastrophic maintenance on it or repair. And so that's the information we use to try to schedule rotation of your equipment.
What all is this tractor used for besides snow blowing then?
Oh, it's used in the street department, and certainly it's equipped and in fact bid.
It's a front end loader?
It's a loader bucket
Okay.
plus concrete breaker on the back, tamper. Of course, that's used in all street repair, as well as digging for the water department and wastewater.
What kind of warranty you get with this?
Warranty, I'd have to check for sure. I think they're usually about 2 to 3 years on these. And then it's engine, transmission, hydraulics, kind of different ages.
Is that something they can
those.
work on out here, or would you have to take it to Fort Dodge?
This would likely, they may be able to do some work out here, probably not warranty work.
Okay.
Their Van Wall is not an industrial distributor, so likely it may have to go to Fort Dodge.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second?
Jason made the motion, Jeff made the second. Roll call vote, please.
Seaman?
Yes.
Atherton,
Yes.
Dirks,
Yes.
Coster,
Yes.
Gaylor,
Yes.
Bauer.
Yes.
Motion's approved.
All right, and the 2025 goal setting report, and Aaron.
Thank you, Mayor. As you have in front of you, I kind of consolidated the overall report from Mr. Jackson on his report that he sent back to us. As you can see in that memo, we had a number of goals that were set. The number one project that the council felt was the most important was the downtown facade grant program. The number two was assist the airport in obtaining a new hangar. Number three, construct a 4-season shelter house in Northwest Park. Did I just say number four?
3.
No, number four is to conduct a citizen survey, and then the last one was develop a sidewalk improvement plan and program.
I'd like to bring up something. Aaron talked to me about this on number 3, Northwest Park. He asked me if, because that's one of the votes I requested, is if I'm set on Northwest Park, and actually I'm not. So when we get to this point, I'd like to have council think about moving that shelter house to Northeast Park, right north of Kellen's Kingdom, Miracle Field. Couple reasons: there's tons of parking there. It's all cemented out parking. Utilities will be close to it if we, that we don't have to run a long ways like probably in Northwest Park. It's not that have to make a decision tonight, but when we get to that point, go up there and look. There's some flat area right north of the Kellen's Kingdom playground and the baseball stadium or baseball field. That could be.
What would we do with the one in Northwest?
No, that's two different things. The shelter house that's there is going to get rebuilt regardless.
Okay.
And I was just proposing something to the flat land that was there, but after talking to Aaron and going up and driving, there's a lot of paved parking right there.
I didn't realize there was, unless you mean south of,
Yeah.
you mean on the road. When you say without paved parking, it's not.
On this-
12th.
On 12th,
I
yes.
understood you first to say there was parking on the north side of Kellen's Kingdom. There's not.
I meant there's,
I probably
north side of
misunderstood.
Kellen Kingdom is where the shelter house could be.
Right.
How many calls do you guys get out there?
Actually, I'd have to look.
Okay.
You mean
No, I'm just-
at Kellen's Kingdom?
Oh,
No, at that park.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
For Callan's Kingdom,
for the other side of the park.
I'd have to look.
Okay.
That's another subject.
That's another subject, yeah.
Don't-
But it's just something that when we get down the road, I'd like to have you think about this, changing it from northwest to northeast.
There would be an advantage. I mean, first one that comes to mind is that there will be restrooms there. They're not
Someday.
there yet, but someday there will be.
But if you go up there, I don't know how many stalls up there, but there's a lot of parking spaces up there, already cemented out.
And by no means I'm saying don't do it because, but I know.
I know what you're
You
talking
know,
about. I
it's
know what you're
something
talking
food for
about.
thought.
Different subject.
So,
So, yeah, we're
We
asking
need to
for an
approve-
approval of the goal setting
approve the goal
report.
setting. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Let's
Second.
go. I think Laverne, I heard. and-
Carolyn was first,
Carolyn was
Laverne
first,
second.
and Laverne will second. All right. Roll call, please.
Coster,
Yes.
Gaylor,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
Dirks,
Yes.
Atherton, Bauer.
Yes.
Motion's approved.
All right, we have, committee reports are available for everyone to read. Comments from the mayor. We're into a whole new session. Welcome, Jeff and Deb, for your first meeting this evening. I want to just announce that I have asked Carolyn Seaman to remain as the mayor pro tem, as she has been for the past 2 years, and she has plenty of experience in that, actually having served not just myself, but one other mayor as well at one time, right? Or was it two?
I've lost track.
Really? Okay. I knew it was at least one. I didn't know if you did with Adam or not at some point, but you certainly have the
Yeah,
experience,
that's
so I've
fine.
asked her to remain as mayor pro tem. I have no other comments.
I would move we adjourn.
We have comments, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought we were done. I thought we were done.
We're not done.
Sorry.
We have comments from the city council if there are any. Anything?
Mine was on that northeast part.
Okay, great. Anything from the city manager?
Not tonight.
Okay, then maybe I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Hi, Jason. Jeff, seconded. Roll call, please.
Dirks,
Yes.
Taylor,
Yes.
Atherton, Coster,
Yes.
Seaman,
Yes.
Bauer.
Yes.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.